MJF has blasted Tony Khan in a work shoot promo on Dynamite. There was a major return last night too, and CM Punk's Forbidden Door opponent has been revealed. Stay tuned. So it's the thing that everybody is talking about. Everybody has been talking about now for a week, well, longer in fact, with everything that's been going on. MJF appearing on Dynamite last night. It was announced that he would be saying a few words prior to the show. Everybody's watching, and he went off. He went absolutely bonkers, absolutely burying Tony Khan. So he was out there for 8 minutes and he touched on lots of hot button subjects. He had to go at the fans for calling him unprofessional this weekend. He said that he wasn't chasing star ratings, pretending to watch New Japan, claimed that he was underpaid and underappreciated. He then called out Stat Boy Tony for not paying him what he was worth while hoarding money for ex-WWE guys, and begged Tony Khan to fire him, calling him a flipping mark. And then he starts swearing non-stop. It's all beeped out on the telly. Apparently it's still uncensored on Fight if you like naughty words. And then the camera fades to black. This wasn't shared on any of AEW's social media. They are doing this spectacular. It's obviously a work now, right? I don't know how much of it was a work leading up to this. Sean Ross Sapp is saying he thinks it became a work on Monday, but there was genuine backstage frustration.
You just never know with him. Like he could have came up with the entire thing. I don't know.
I think they've played it really cleverly. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm sure we'll learn in due time, but I think they played it absolutely fantastically last night. Shades of CM Punk's pipe bomb in many ways, including what happened that wasn't shown on TV, but there's fan footage out there of after MJF has sworn, after the fade to black has happened, CM Punk runs out, MJF, Shades of Money in the Bank 2011, escapes through the crowd. Didn't see a little kiss blown to him. But I think this is awesome. I think it's really, really compelling television. Yeah. And they have, even if it was a genuine thing, and I don't know, I think they've turned this in their favor. And following the meeting that is alleged to have happened between Tony and MJF, they've come up with something that's really clever, really creative, and just great viewing.
After the pay-per-view, the Wardlow domination of a match, that was at my point where I was kind of like, oh God, is this like legit? And I think there's still going to be many twists and turns in this tale, but it does seem to be, everybody's on the same page, and it's quite exciting to see where this is going to go. It feels like the most exciting storyline we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, this is awesome. I saw people saying, hey, this could be this generation's Austin McMahon.
Maybe.
And I was like, right, so I don't want to get carried away. And I'm not sure I agree with that assessment, because I would argue that Vince McMahon is probably a far stronger performer, an actor, if you want to call it that, than Tony Khan.
There was a lot of residual hate there for Vince before all that stuff kind of took off as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's quite a tricky thing to book, which is why it's so interesting, because, during the promo, the fans started getting behind MJF, and typically authority-based storylines, the authority is the bad guy. Yeah. And MJF is a babyface. I mean, the good thing about MJF is he can just pull it back like that. He'll be a heel again. Like, he's teased babyface turns before, and then bang, he's a naughty boy again. So I think it's absolutely excellent. I can't wait to see where it goes. I think the possibilities are endless with it. To me, this probably ends up with him dethroning CM Punk. The fact that Punk was the man to run out, even if it wasn't shown, I think he's probably going to go after Punk.
Just the promo game already. I can't even begin. Like, this is...
But I want to see CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston as well. Anyway, speaking of CM Punk, his Forbidden Door opponent has now been revealed after Punk teamed with FTR in a victory over Max Caster and the Gun Club. The victors cutting a post-match promo that concluded with Punk mentioning Forbidden Door, asking to know who he would be facing at the event, and then seconds later, Tanahashi making an entrance, confirming that match. Thoughts?
Well, you've got the new champion of AEW, you've got the ace of New Japan. I think their styles are going to be interesting to watch clash on that scale. Like, Punk is certainly a big enough name, I feel, from his WWE work alone, that maybe casual fans in Japan might, know who he is on that front, without being more hardcore fans. So maybe it's quite a nice mix in that respect, because Tana is a big popular guy, Punk is a big popular guy. It just kind of meshes. I'm very surprised it wasn't Kenta. That's the biggest thing.
Well, they've been sort of exchanging blows, I guess, as it were, on Twitter. And obviously the comparisons are there with their style, specifically the finisher, the GTS, which Punk robbed from Kenta. And I think that's the match that a lot of people were expecting to see. However, this is a bigger match. Like, Tanahashi, 8-time IWGP champ.
Kenta's not really in the position in New Japan right now where, the world heavyweight title looks like it's, even around him. So I think if you're going to be putting somebody up against AEW's champion, maybe that's part of the thought process as well. It needs to be a bigger name because he's now champ.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, it should be an excellent match.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't believe that Tanahashi is older than Punk. He's 45. Yeah. Punk's 43. I know he's been around for a long time.
Look at how in shape he is. It's like he looks so much younger. It's like maybe they took a slightly older head and stuck it on a younger body. It's weird.
Yeah. Anyway, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic match.
That glorious hair.
Yeah, I'm quite jealous of that. Big return last night on AEW Dynamite as well. Johnny Elite's out there, and his opponent is the returning Miro. And Miro battered him.
Miro smash.
Submitted him. and it, you know what? I was excited to see John Morrison there, Johnny Elite again, whatever you want to call him. Unfortunately, and I think this is a really weird thing to do, Lana, CJ Perry, sort of spoiled this before. She was on Twitter going, well, I think I'll probably watch Dynamite tonight or something like that. And like, oh, okay. And I thought, maybe she's just teasing or something. Excuse me. But no, it was. I guess maybe that encourages people to tune in. I just thought, like, come on.
Either way, it's nice to have Miro back.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. I feel like Johnny Elite is somebody we're probably going to see more of from time to time unless he does sign, fully. I think that he's such a name and he's capable of so much still in the ring that it makes sense that he'd be in and around. So I don't think it's so bad that he's, just being absolutely destroyed by Miro because,
he got a bit in.
Yeah, I think, just a bit, just a little bit.
Just a smidge.
But it's nice to have Miro back, and I'm hoping that this run is going to be the one. I'm just sort of waiting on that run that's going to cement him. Right.
Yeah, well, it feels like we're
getting closer and we're getting closer and we're getting closer, but we just need that big storyline for Miro that's like Miro-centric, I think.
That's it. I think it's been really stop-start, hasn't it? And like when he came in and the stuff he was doing with Kip Sabian was a total miss for me. Yeah. Didn't really enjoy it at all.
Yeah, it was a little kind of...
It felt beneath him.
Yeah, because it was like, you're kind of like a henchman. And it was... maybe it's something where if it's like... Maybe he doesn't want to be doing, like maybe that's been that to that point where it's like, I don't really want anything major right now, but...
I think he quite fancies something major.
To be honest, like I'm hoping that this is going to be the one that kind of sticks with him.
Yeah, me too. I like the gimmick right now.
Yeah.
I think it's working for him. And I just think he needs to wait for the stars to align. For that world
kind
title
of it,
run. Things have to be right. It's not there yet, and it might be a year away. It might be 3 years away.
But
I
it's
have
coming.
no idea. But I think it'll probably happen. And finally, an AEW tradition returning later this month. A special edition of Dynamite, Blood and Guts, taking place on June 29th in Detroit, Michigan. So following an angle during last night's Dynamite, seeing Chris Jericho accept a Blood and Guts challenge on behalf of the Jericho Appreciation Society from William Regal and Eddie Kingston. It's been good.
Bring on the blood. I absolutely love that. Well, yeah, and the guts. I loved that, wild brawl on the pay-per-view. It was.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, I thought it was a bit all over the shop, but when it just kept cutting around, it's like, oh my god, you're bleeding. Oh god.
I feel like in the first half of it, I was like, I think we're missing stuff here. This is so all over the place. And then the second half I thought was fantastic and really unique.
Yeah.
Like it's an Eddie Kingston walking out like he's from The Walking Dead. I think it's one of the coolest wrestling visuals that we've seen in a long time.
Jericho fighting his way to the sound desk to turn off the music.
That was a babyface turn as far as I'm concerned. I was getting fed up with that. Anyway, that's it. We'll be back. Everybody's going to be talking about MJF. Understandably. We'll be back with some non-MJF news in a few hours. Take care of yourselves. We've got loads happening tonight, by the way. Predictions, Hell in a Cell predictions coming up on the channel a little bit later. And then, because it's been recorded early, because God save the Queen, it's Jubilee weekend, the podcast is going live tonight.
Ooh.
You're getting it a day early, so in its place tomorrow, me and Sam are going to do a slightly early playthrough, earlier 3 p.m.-ish,
Yeah.
of Hell in a Cell on 2K as well. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in a bit.
Bye.